Hello, I'm Luke, and in this video I'm going to show you how to perfectly soft boil eggs of any size so that you always get a result like this. By which I mean a set opaque white with a lovely runny yolk. And you can do this using nothing more than a little bit of science and some digital scales, and in fact I'm going to do the science for you. Storage, couple of things. Don't store your eggs in the fridge because the thermal shock of coming from the fridge into the boiling water is likely to crack your egg. Secondly, store your eggs on the side like this, and here's why. Consider these two eggs. In an ideal world, all egg yolks would sit smack bang in the middle of the egg, like this. However, in the real world, the yolk is more dense than the white, so over time sinks towards the bottom of the egg. This is a problem when soft boiling, because more of the yolk will set the further it is from the centre point. By storing the eggs on their sides, the yolk will settle closer to the centre, giving you a better result. The cooking technique. I use a large pan of water because that way, when I add the eggs, the effect on the overall temperature is negligible. I have the water on a rolling boil throughout. I do this because it gives me a controlled cooking environment, i.e. 100 degrees Celsius. So, on to the crucial bit. How long do you cook an egg to achieve the perfect soft boil? Well, that very much depends on the size of the egg. So I did a bit of an investigation to try and establish a relationship between the weight of the egg and the time taken to soft boil. Through a bit of trial and error, I determined that a 63-gram hen's egg soft boils in 355 seconds, and a 14-gram quail's egg soft boils in 130 seconds. So is the mass of the egg directly proportional to the time taken to soft boil it? Well, let's see. The hen's egg took 355 seconds to soft boil and has a mass of 63 grams, so that's 5.63 seconds per gram. The quail's egg took 130 seconds, has a mass of 14 grams, so that's 9.28 seconds per gram. Just to be clear, if these two ratios were the same, we'd be able to use the mass of the egg to determine the time taken to perfectly soft boil. But they're not, so what now? Let's see if we can do something with the average radius of the egg. For that, I'm going to make two practical assumptions. Number one, the eggs have the same relative density as water, and therefore their mass in grams is also their volume in millilitres. And number two, to make things a hell of a lot easier, I'm going to consider the eggs as spheres. We can work out the average radius by rearranging the formula for the volume of a sphere, where V is the volume of the sphere and R is the radius. So based on these assumptions, the hen's egg has an average radius of 2.47 centimetres and the quail's egg has an average radius of 1.5 centimetres. Okay, so is the average radius directly proportional to the time taken to soft boil? Well, let's see. It works out that the hen's egg takes 143.7 seconds per radial centimetre to reach the soft boil, whereas the quail's egg only takes 86.7 seconds per radial centimetre to reach the soft boil. So again, it's no. Right, we are fast running out of quantifiable physical properties here, but the next logical step would be to try the surface area. The surface area of a sphere is 4 pi times the radius squared, which means based on the average radiuses we determined before, a hen's egg has a surface area of 76.56 centimetres squared and a quail's egg 28.09 centimetres squared. And when we divide the soft boil time by the surface area, we find that the hen's egg takes 4.64 seconds per squared centimetre of surface area to reach the soft boil, and the quail's egg takes 4.63 seconds per squared centimetre of surface area to reach the soft boil. Unless this is quite a coincidence, it looks like the soft boil time is directly proportional to the surface area of the egg. So this means the perfect soft boil time, or the PSBT, can be determined using this equation. Let's test this theory on 3 different sizes of egg. Quail's egg, 14 grams, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Hen's egg, 58 grams, 5 minutes 35 seconds. Duck egg, 88 grams, 7 minutes 22 seconds. First in, duck egg. Start the timer. Next in, hen's egg. And last in, the quail's egg. When the timer is up, quickly transfer the eggs into cold water to halt the cooking process. If you're going to peel your eggs, crack the shells against the side of the pan. As the egg cools, the main body of the egg shrinks away from the shell and membrane. This makes peeling a lot easier. Cool the eggs for about half the amount of time you cook them for. If you're peeling them, do this immediately after the cooling process. If you're cooking the eggs in advance and want to reheat them later, store in the fridge, and when you're ready to serve, stand them in boiling water from the kettle for about a third of the cooking time. Okay, so, moment of truth. Do we have perfectly soft-boiled eggs? I'd usually peel these, but for this video I just want to show that they're soft boiled. So first up, the quail's egg. then the hen's egg, and finally the duck egg. All the whites are set and all the yolks are runny. So that was soft boiled eggs. If you go to my website, I've posted a full list of egg weights and respective cooking times. If you like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now that you can perfectly soft boil any egg, I'll show you how to make these in my next video. Cheers for watching.